One woman's recent post on Facebook about her birth has been shared over 27,000 times. Why, you may ask? Because she gave birth unassisted at home in her bathroom. Her post included a photo of her and the newborn baby in their bathroom, and that's how she had planned it. In the post, she also included a photo with what appeared to be blood on the floor. The woman claims she did this after feeling bullied by medical staff during the birth of her first child. The mother not only gave birth at home, but she didn't use a midwife, so she did this all on her own, which is next level. And
baby was 9 pounds, 8 ounces. It wasn't a small baby.
36 hours? Was there 36 hour?
She says 36 hours.
How could, I mean, it sounds dangerous, but it also just sounds tough.
Yes.
Like that's by yourself hanging out in a bathroom for 36
she was
hours.
Totally by herself, no husband.
I think her significant other was around.
But she delivered it.
By herself.
I can't imagine.
Because the description of how it went is what really, it not only piqued my interest because I was curious to ask you about how safe or dangerous, but the idea of starting off on the toilet and then as it was like standing next to the wall. Having delivered a lot of babies when I was in my training, I will tell you, in the right situations, delivering a baby may go as planned, but I'm just trying to envision a scenario where, I mean, you're standing there up against a wall. The baby could theoretically drop out
yes.
and not have a good outcome, right?
Yes, absolutely. So, well, first and foremost, I'm happy to hear that mom and baby seem to be doing well. With that being said, here's a general scoop. Although the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, they do believe that, you know, hospitals and accredited birthing centers are the safest settings to have deliveries, we do respect a woman's right to make a medically informed decision, meaning if you want to have a home birth, then we respect that, but we do want you to know the potential risks. So if you are a woman and you're at home considering a home birth, I would encourage you to think about the following. Number one, if your baby is breech, if you're having twins or triplets, or if you have ever had a cesarean section, we do not recommend a home birth because it's simply too dangerous. The risk of fetal death is really high. Additionally, there are other things that can increase perinatal mortality, including but not limited to things like a preterm birth, post-dates delivery, or if you're a mom and you have high blood pressure or diabetes of pregnancy, something like that. So, you know, if you're going to have a home birth, I would say please, please, please have a physician with OB training or have a highly trained, certified midwife during your labor and delivery course. And just realize that on labor and delivery, as you two know, the poop can hit the fan really quickly.
Yes, it can.
So whether mom is bleeding a lot or the baby's heartbeat drops, sometimes it's a life or death situation for mom and our baby. So make sure that you are able to get to the hospital quickly. So with all that being said, we know that planned home births, they are associated with fewer maternal interventions like breaking up the water and Pitocin, things like that, but they are also associated with a greater than twofold increased risk of perinatal mortality and an increased risk of neonatal seizures or serious neurological dysfunction. So at the end of the day, we just want a healthy mom and a healthy baby, know the risk, and make the decision that's right.
And I love that ACOG is being open-minded to home births. The reason this story was so dramatic is because I always say failing to plan is planning to fail. And just hanging out by yourself in the bathroom, everything went well. And usually it does, but this could have been catastrophic because anything happened that wasn't perfect. What do you do? And you have to have a plan in place.
That's almost a case of child endangerment.
If you're gonna do this at home, do it with a physician with some OB training or a certified nurse midwife. Like some people can just show up and call themselves a midwife. Like don't invite them.
And in her defense.
Has anyone ever asked you to do a home delivery?
No, I don't do home deliveries. You can find me at the hospital.
No matter how.
But I will say, and this is important, in defense of this woman, she said she felt like the hospital wasn't supporting her birth plan. I would argue a couple things here. Number one, if that's true, shame on the hospital, because hospitals do need to be willing to at least work with individuals. And there can be certain places where it's so regimented, but this is you as a woman, it's your body, it's your birth. So I like it when there's a little bit of, you know, give and take. But if that hospital wasn't working, then either find another hospital or have a plan in place to have a home birth with someone who knows what's going on. It's such a drastic, well, the hospital wasn't following my birth plan, so I just decided to go hang out in the bathroom by myself.
That's a good point. Sometimes it's about finding a doctor who is in agreement with your plan.